Hello everybody and welcome back to the Final Fantasy X walkthrough. We've just arrived on the Thunder Plains, and it shouldn't take us too long to get across. There's a couple of things you need to know. Obviously there's lightning that will randomly, or I should say somewhat randomly, strike. Later on, I guess we'll actually go about the whole. There's basically a lightning dodging kind of. It's kind of a mini game, I guess. I'm not gonna do much with it right now because I prefer to wait until we've got equipment that has the no encounters ability on it. Reason being, when I'm going about that mini game, I like to really just focus on that and not have to worry about the random encounters. So. Again, you know, I will be waiting on accomplishing that task until I get to that point. But anyways, there's actually one more. I wouldn't call it even a mini game, but I guess there's just one more neat piece of information to know about the Thunder Plains, and that's that if you do get struck by lightning. I think it's something like, I think there's 2 prizes for getting struck by it. Oh, and by the way, okay, so that cactar stone right there, you can pray at those by pressing the square button, and that will make cactars appear here on the Thunder Plains. I'm not sure if I would have done, or if I would have went to that one and prayed right then and there, if it would have activated them. I'm not sure if you can, you know, make them actually appear on your first trip through this area. I'm not sure, but I think I just forgot about hitting the square button to do that. So you know, I guess if you're coming through and this is your first trip, give that a shot, and you know, maybe maybe leave a comment. Let me know what you find out. But anyways, later on in the game, I do end up coming back. I don't know exactly at what point in the storyline, but later on I do come back and activate those stones. So the one of the things that you need to know about those is that if you only activate one, when you do get into random encounters, you'll only ever get one cactar. If you activate 2 of those stones, you can get up to 2 cactars in a random encounter here. And then, obviously, with the third, you can run into 3 at a time, and that's the limit. So, if you want to, I guess, fight cactars here, that's how you are gonna want to go about that. The other thing is, I'm not sure if those stones glow randomly or if they have like a set pattern or something like that. When I came back here and actually activated them, I believe I activated the first one up in the northern part of the Thunder Plains, and then I think I had to come here to the southern part for the second one, and then I think the third one was in the northern part again. So, you know, if you're coming back here and you've already been through it, I guess check there. And again, I don't know if they glow randomly or if it's in a pattern or if it's timing. I have no idea. Usually I just run around until I find one that's glowing. And again, one of the great things about doing that later on in the game is you can come back here when you have gear that has the no encounters ability on it, and that will, you know, prevent any random encounters. So it kind of makes it I don't know, maybe less frustrating. I don't know if you know, or maybe just less annoying. You know, so you can cover ground and not have to worry about the random encounters. That being said, later on, it's not always, you know, it's not always going to be a bad thing.
What next?
You know, later on in the game when you're getting lots of levels and you need you know, quick spheres. You know, the lower level stuff can really pump out spheres really quick. So. Anyways, I guess speaking a little bit about what's going on here, generally I'm gonna keep up with the whole. I generally try to steal as much as I can. I'm not sure if I did a very good job here of swapping in my characters in and out. But here we have Shalinda.
Good day.
Hi there.
Is it true? I heard that Maester Seymour and Lady Yuna are to be wed. It's such great news. I have to tell everyone.
Where'd you hear that?
From the Guado. They were all very excited.
Huh. I'm afraid you heard a little wrong. Yuna's gonna turn him down.
Oh, really? I see. That's unfortunate. Well, I'm sure that people would have rejoiced all over Spira. Please give Lady Yuna my best regards.
Sorry, I had to be the bringer of bad news.
Please don't make it rumble.
Anyways, what was I talking about? Ah, yes, stealing and, you know, bringing in as many characters as often as I can. Again, you know, that's just something that I generally do. I think I did a fairly okay job, though, of kind of backing off on that for this walkthrough. You know, it can just get to be a little annoying, you know, constantly bringing in people and making them leave.
You like that?
And then in the grand scheme of things, you know, now that I've actually played, I think on my current playthrough, I'm almost at the very end of the game, but later on, it becomes much less needed, I guess, as your characters will. There's some pretty crazy ways of getting AP in this game, so, and I'll go over those eventually, or when they become, I guess, relevant. So here's the second stone, and this one's glowing too. Now again, I didn't press the square, I don't believe, at this one either, so I'm not sure when you can actually activate those or not. I guess the one thing that is nice about those things is when you do activate them, you know, you get the cactars, and the cool thing about the cactars is they give you a lot of AP if you can beat them. The problem is that a lot of times, you just have to be fast, because they will run away on you, and you know, it kind of makes it difficult to actually beat them, essentially. One cool thing though is I think you can cast magic on them, and I don't think magic will miss. I could be wrong on that, but you know, I vaguely remember that being the case. But the other thing is there's things like slots or Titus's overdrives. Stuff like that will always hit, so, you know, if you do run across a cactar and you want to take one down, you can do that. In all honesty, that might not be such a bad thing to do right away. I know the cactars here drop some really good. Well, I should say I feel like they're really good at the beginning of the game. But anyways, they're good armor. And typically they'll have either HP Stroll or MP Stroll, and what that means is that'll recover your health or your MP as you walk or as you take steps. So, you know, that can just cut down on the amount of healing that you have to do. Now, you know, in the grand scheme of things, is that really that great? I don't know. I can't say that I ever really make use of those abilities. Yuna does a really great job of healing, as well as even to a certain extent Riku, once she gets, you know, being that she can use Elbed potions, so, you know, I guess there's something to be said for that too. But anyways, back to what's going on, I guess. Again, now I'm trying to steal as much as I can. It's kind of nice at the end of the game, for when you're trying to customize your equipment, to have a lot of items to work with. Now, that being said, there's kind of like a monster catcher minigame, I guess you could say, and you will obtain a ton of really useful items that way. So I guess there is that.
Whoa, that was a close one.
Stop kidding around.
Yes, ma'am. What's wrong?
You're giving me the creeps. Hey, whoa!
I want to go home. I hate lightning. I hate thunder. Let's go rest over there, please.
This storm never stops. Better to cross quickly.
I know, but just for a little while.
Well, what now?
Pretty please? Just a few minutes. I'm scared of lightning. Let's rest, please. Pretty please? I'm too young to die. You're mean, cruel. Your moms would be ashamed of you. Are you having fun doing this to me?
Fine. We rest. She's worse than the storm.
Poor Riku is so scared.
I'm a little tired. Do you have a room available? Ah, Lady Summoner. Yes, just over that way. Thank you.
Yuna?
It's not like her.
Alright, so obviously something's up with Yuna, but this character is called Mifuri. I think I'm saying that right, but she's a free agent and has two insanely awesome techniques. The first being Venom Pass 3, the other one is Tackle Slip 2. I have Rop on my team, and one of Rop's key techniques is Venom Pass 3. So, unfortunately, I didn't have much luck with, the other Blitzball teams picking her up as a free agent, so then I could then learn those abilities. But eventually, a team finally did pick her up. I think she played like maybe 5 games, and then they dropped her. So she's back to being a free agent. Luckily, I learned those two techniques on, I actually learned Tackle Slip 2 on Titus, which I feel is a pretty good tech, especially for your forwards or somebody that doesn't have a whole lot of endurance, so.
It's not easy being a guardian to a summoner so young.
Yuna resting. Go away.
Are you that scared?
When I was little, a fiend attacked me while I was swimming at the beach. My brother tried to beat it back with a spell. Ah! But he missed and hit me instead. It was a thunder spell.
Ouch.
I've been scared of lightning ever since.
But it can be effective. Magic is effective against marine fiends.
My brother said that too.
You should learn some spells too.
Ah!
Maybe later.
Nice to see you again. Welcome to the Rin Travel Agency. Oh.
Shh.
Yuna looked preoccupied. Was it because of Jiskel?
I've been scared of light.
How goes your study of our language? That is good to hear. Allow me to present you with this book for your study. I wonder, would that be Sir Orin by any chance? Ah, as I thought. I've been wondering since I saw him at the Meehan High Road branch. Sir Auden, I wonder if you remember me. 10 years ago, at the beginning of Lord Braska's calm.
Yes, I should thank you.
Not at all. I could not leave a wounded man to die. However, I was surprised when I saw you gone the next morning with that wound. An ordinary man would not have been able to walk.
I'd rather drop that subject, Rin.
As you wish.
I wonder what's wrong with Yuna.
Maester Seymour and his entourage passed by a while ago. And the Maester is to be married soon?
Excuse me, where did you hear that?
The Guado are telling everyone.
Oh, they are they? What?
As punishment for my deeds. Whoever what and his mother, whoever is as punishment for my deeds.
Whoa! Oi!
Yes?
I implore.
Ow! Oh. Yeah, well, it's nothing really. I just, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have come in. Hey, wasn't that Jisco Guado guy?
The sphere is his will. It says, take care of my son.
Huh. His son, Seymour? Well, I know one way to take care of him.
I'm sorry.
Huh?
What do you think you're up to?
Yuna was acting funny.
Yeah. She'll tell us when she's ready, so hold your chocobos till then. Yeah.
All right.
Whatever happens, we're still Yuna's guardians. I know how you feel.
We're not through the Thunder Plains yet, so be prepared, all right?
She's not going to move unless we do something.
If it's okay with Riku, shall we go?
It's not stopping, is it?
Don't tell me you were hoping it would. Fine, stay here.
All right already. But you didn't have to say it like that, you know. You could be more comforting or something. You know, try to cheer me up. You just don't get me at all, do you? Hey, are you listening? I'm not scared. I'm not scared, you hear?
All right, so there we see once again. I don't know if he's working for the paparazzi. I'm not sure. Anyways, there's a yellow shield on the ground there. I don't even bother equipping it. It's actually, you know, it actually is pretty decent for this area. It's going to protect Titus from thunder attacks. Anyways, obviously a lot of dialogue there, and Rin makes another appearance and has you know, another Elbed primer.
Bring it on.
And actually comments on Orin's injury, which you know, is another interesting part of the plot line. Especially if you've already played through the game once. It I think that this game actually has a ton of replay value just for the you know, once you realize how the story all plays out. I feel like you know, that second time through is even a little bit better. So again, you know, I would recommend. I mean, if you haven't played through it already once, I would go through again and enjoy it a second time. I feel like you know, you can get a little bit more out of the story if you do. But you know, totally your choice. Anyways, here I think on this northern part, I don't remember seeing these iron giants on the southern part of the Thunder Plains. I don't think that they can appear there. I could be wrong, but I don't remember actually fighting any on that southern side. But armor break from Orin is a good choice for those. They tend to have really high armor values, and I believe they kind of get a... Boy, I guess I don't really know how to describe it. They may be the first enemy in the game that's quite like it, but you know, typically those enemies have a really high defensive stat, and then once you finally break that armor, then everybody can do decent damage to them. So obviously a very good thing to keep in mind. And again, that's going to be something that you're going to want to look out for the rest of the game as well. There are certain enemies that will need that armor break in order for your other characters to do any sort of decent physical damage to them.
Enough.
Waka's back to doing work with the TKO. For the most part, that TKO isn't that helpful for like the enemies that are like flying. I mean, Waka's going to be one-shotting them the entire game, and actually, to be completely honest, that TKO prevents overkills. So you can actually be a little bit of a detriment to, you know, if you're already kind of taking care of business and you don't actually need you know, that TKO to be activating. You know, it's actually not doing you any favors, because you know, every time you overkill an enemy, you get double the spheres that they would normally drop, as well as I believe more AP. So yeah, so I mean, it's kind of a double-edged sword, I suppose. You know, it's great for those enemies that you just don't want to spend, you know, a bunch of turns hacking down, but at the same time, you know, then you're not going to get as much AP or spheres from them. So, and actually, I believe potentially, I shouldn't even just say spheres, because generally there's an item that's dropped behind. Yes, in most cases it's spheres, but in some other cases you can get like level 1 key spheres and stuff. And you know, if you're not overkilling, then you completely lose out on, you know, double those items. And sometimes, you know, I don't know, I guess in the grand scheme of things, is it gonna make or break it? No, but it's still kind of adds up, I guess, over time. Speaking of the TKO. So yeah, so I guess use at your own discretion. You know, guess if AP and spheres are your priority, then maybe the break ball isn't for you. But if speed and less annoyance maybe is your thing, then go right ahead. Ooh, some armor break going on. So now I guess you know, I've actually been hitting the game pretty hard over the last couple days. I took a really long break in Guado, so I'm just playing a ton of Blitzball. Obviously, got the Aurochs reels there, and actually even got I think I got the Jupiter sigil too. I think that's one of the rewards. So I really spent a ton of time there. It looks like Riku died. Oh, well.
Return to us.
One of the things that I actually haven't mentioned yet, there's actually like a what's the right term? It's like an affection stat, I guess you could call it. And what that means is that when you perform actions, and notably the whole system really actually only affects Titus and his relations with everybody else. So Wakka's relation or affection for Orin has no effect in the game whatsoever. So it's literally just Titus and his relations with the rest of the main characters. But anyways, depending on your affection stat, it can affect different aspects of the game. And I'm not gonna go into it much because it doesn't really affect the game that much. There are certain small scenes here and there that it does, but in the grand scheme of things, it really doesn't affect the game or the gameplay. So again, I'm not gonna go into it a whole lot. I would suggest if that's something that you want to look into, go right ahead. And I think it's more of one of those. It's kind of one of those neat little additions that, if you want to see every single scene in the game, then you can, look up some decent information on that. But again, I'm not going to go into it a whole lot. Just know that it's there, and if you want to look that up, go right ahead. There's just a ton of information, good information out there on how the whole system works. And what you can get out of it, I guess. So yeah, so it's there, and I don't know. I'll be honest. I've never really done much with it, so I'm not an expert in that regard at all. Being that we're here, I do want to speak a little bit about Kimahri's. Wow. Kimahri's ultimate weapon is found here on the Thunder Plains. I don't do it, or I don't get it. Obviously, this first trip. Actually, you can't actually get it for a long time. Just know that it is here, and eventually we will be able to get it. Basically, how it all works is you are gonna have to activate those stones that we talked about a little bit there earlier, and once you do a little Cactuar ghost, actually, you know what, now that I think about it, I don't think you actually have to activate those stones. I vaguely remember reading that you actually don't. But anyways, if you do, there will be a Cactuar ghost that kind of cruises around on the Thunder Plains, and he'll actually lead you to a broken lightning tower, and if you go up to the lightning tower and press square, a chest will appear, and that will have Kimahri's weapon in it. I will have or I should say I do have footage of obtaining it and kind of like the how to do it. So once we actually get there, I will have the footage of that. But I figured, being that we're already here and we're spending a ton of time here. Oh my god.
Everyone, wait.
What's up?
I have something to tell you.
Here?
almost out of here. Let's go!
I have to say it now.
Over there.
Somehow, my bad feelings always come true.
I've decided to marry.
I thought so.
But why? Why'd you change your mind?
For Spira's future and Yevon's unity. I thought it would be the best thing to do.
That's not good enough.
Wait, is it? Is it because of Lord Jiskel?
Hey, that's Sphere!
Show me.
I can't. I must speak to Maester Seymour first. I truly am sorry, but this is... it is a personal matter.
You're kidding, huh?
As you wish.
I'm sorry.
Just one thing.
I won't quit my pilgrimage.
Then it is fine.
Wait a minute, Orin. You don't care? I mean, you're not gonna stop her?
No, I'm not. As long as she is willing to face sin, all else is her concern. That is a summoner's privilege, as long as she journeys.
But that's...
Yuna, just one question. Can't you just talk to Maester Seymour? You got to marry him?
Don't know. But I think it is the right thing to do.
Okay, I guess.
Uni. Quiet! I wish we could help somehow. Some way.
It's okay. I'll be fine.
She says I'm sorry. He says it's fine. She's willing to face sin. She's privileged. I didn't understand. But somehow, I felt like I didn't belong. But if I didn't belong with them, I'd be stuck in Spira, alone. And being alone in that place, well, I didn't want to think about it.
Next, we're going to Makalania Temple. Yuna can talk with Seymour there. We Guardians will wait until they're done and plan our next move. Understood?
Poor Titus, feeling all left out. Alright, pick up this ether here at the back of the lightning tower and be on our merry way. So obviously, Yuna kind of breaks the news to everybody that she's agreed that she will marry Seymour, which is a bit of surprise, or was, I guess, the first time I played the game. But I guess there's more to that than meets the eye. Lunar curtain, not bad. Whatchamacallits, the Iron Giants have, and this may not actually be such a bad idea, but the Iron Giants have an item when you steal from them called the Light Curtain, and I believe 20 of them. I believe if you get 20 of them, you can put them on your armor, and that will synthesize the ability Auto Protect. And that ability is really, really good. And I mean really good. Especially if you get it really early. I didn't. I guess I didn't. Usually I don't customize my gear until towards the very end of the game. Reason being is I just, I don't know, I guess I wouldn't say I feel like it's a waste, because it's not. I mean, so like I said, some of those abilities are really, really powerful. And the earlier you get them, the more they will pay off. But again, now I didn't for whatever reason. I guess I just feel like it's a, you know, I didn't want to feel like it was repetitious, I suppose. But anyways, there's a few abilities that are really, really good, and auto protect is one of them. Basically, I forget the calculation. I think protect takes off 50% of any physical damage headed your way. So I mean, obviously that's a substantial amount. Now, Yuna gets that spell later on, but it's quite a ways yet. So you know, it can be.
No time to waste.
I guess the other thing is when you've got it on your armor, it's, you know, auto protect. Well, that's just one less turn that you have to take in combat, you know. So it's always active. So I guess, you know, that's my take on that, I suppose. You know, if you want to spend a little bit of extra time here getting that, or you know, at least maybe for one character, you know, go right ahead. It's like I said, it's a great ability. All right. Anyways, I gotta cut the commentary here because we've got another cutscene that's about to come up. So I'm gonna let that play out, and I will not interrupt. So like, comment, subscribe, whatever you guys want to do. Hope the gods are helpful, though. Hope you're enjoying them, and hope you join me for more. All right. Thanks for watching.
You're worried about Yuna.
Of course I'm worried about her. What is she thinking?
The simplest answer would be, in exchange for agreeing to marry him, she hopes to negotiate with Seymour.
Negotiate what?
I wonder.
What? All by herself?
She's strong, but Seymour is the better negotiator.
Well then, why don't we do something about it?
Yuna wants it this way.
I just don't get it. Doesn't she trust us?
On the contrary, she doesn't want us caught up in whatever it is she's planning.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But that makes me worry even more. She could just tell us.
That's the way she is. She's naive, serious to a fault, and doesn't ask for help.
You're probably right.
Yuna's easy to read.
Yeah, she is.
But hard to guard. Stand by her. Always.
Slowpokes!
Sorry. It's funny how calm I was. Maybe it was because I'd realized that Yuna wasn't marrying Seymour for love. Not really. It was just her duty. Something she had to do before returning to her pilgrimage. That's what I kept telling myself anyway. And well, maybe. I realized that Yuna and I'd never, you know. Yuna, let's go.